Hello, stream, and welcome back to Forum Fantasy with
You're not
myself.
sharing the
And
screen.
uh, I did send you the Twitch
Ah,
link.
okay. Please send me as hard as you can.
Oh yeah, no, I'll also screen share.
Yes.
My apologies. But yeah, welcome back to Forum Fantasy, folks. Uh, Last time we beat Krazier, realized that Camel Slayer was playing us like fiddles this entire time, and then did a bunch of side quests instead of actually continuing the plot.
Yep.
So now we're back in hell. I'm trying to remember. Right, we had already done this, because that was the Madness subquest that got us a thing. Which, I'm actually blanking. What did that get us?
Oh, it gave Prelude the ability to steal.
Right.
There's actually an insanely broken weapon you can steal right now, but the game's easy enough as it is, so I don't really need it.
Well, if we encounter the thing that drops it, just let me know so I can try to yoink.
The thing that drops it is the noob,
Like,
like the one from the very first area.
wow, really?
Yeah, you have to go all the way back, and you can steal Teban Hammer from it, and for most of the rest of the game, it's going to be the best until you start getting the ultimate weapons.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, right, I gave him the book from the,
That and wait, actually there is something important to get.
because I think
Just to confirm.
I think I did give Lulrus the holy bucket.
Yeah,
So,
because like you should. But anyways, there's an direct. Yeah, just to confirm. You don't have the skill Battle Cry, do you?
on who?
Anyone?
Uh, I think someone has it. I think Tambot might. Yeah, Tambot has it.
Okay, okay. I can
Tambot
run
has
pop that
Battle
again. Just give
Cry,
me
but
one.
I'm just gonna.
That's all that we really need. The only other skill that you really should be looking out for now is Fireball and Demon Winds. Fireball is from it's gonna be from an enemy that has the sprite of an imp from Terraria, and Demon Winds isn't until the last dungeon, so we got a while.
Fair enough. I didn't think that that was actually a path that I could go. But,
That's just at the thread train. Actually, go to the thread trade station. I'm pretty sure I accidentally left the chest in there when I was testing stuff. Okay, I did not. Just make sure everything works in the shop.
yeah. Uh, Ooh, we're getting a lot of, mileage out of these items now.
Anyway, there's a specific hat you should get that increases your luck by a ton, and then you'll just be swimming in items. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Just get a bunch of them.
Yeah, just equip all those on everyone, and then you'll be just swimming in more money than usual.
I'm trying to look at other items, because these are some pretty decent, like, these items do a pretty significant boost to at least Prelix damage. Because I know Vlarex is mainly a caster, so he doesn't care. And quite frankly, the boosts to Tambot don't really matter, because they double attack. And right now we've got a triple attack setup, which probably does more than this would.
Yeah.
But might be useful for Magnum, but Magnum's only getting a, like, 17 boost out of this. Oh, hi Kiri, I'm sorry, I missed that briefly.
All right.
So,
Jeez, what was the other dumb thing? I don't know. I say that about
Um,
all my things.
I can't leave.
Yeah, you can go to the minecart.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, you need to go up from here.
That's a very big sprite.
Yes.
Unfortunately, tornado.
Yeah, it's basically this entire game at this point.
Oh, you're weak to tornado? Unfortunate.
Yes.
I probably should have tried stealing there, but
Yeah, you can only really steal the user stones, but no.
just to try it.
If you want. But the steal rate's insanely low. Just telling you this now. It's based
I
off your luck.
and there's no. I forgot
But
to equip the hats.
it's not a big deal. Personally, I prefer like in Disgaea, the way it works in that is that it'll like give you a list of all the items the enemy's carrying as well as your specific chances of stealing each of them.
Fair enough. Now, before I go any farther, gonna put on those funny hats. Which, to be fair, are actually seemingly better than any other hat I own.
Yep.
Nope, those do nothing. This does nothing yet. They do not like me sitting at the table. No one here has the cardinal sin of weak to tornado, and unfortunately, everything is weak to tornado.
Yes.
Cloud of Chaos Stone and the Particle Rod.
Particle Rod's really good. Actually, okay, is what I would say if you were trying to if you were planning to fight Felix Flora, but given how much of an absolute no he is, for lack of a better term, I don't really. But
Uh,
actually, no, that is good for you.
yeah, no, I think it's just better for
Yes,
Vlarix at the moment.
okay. The thing that I was remembering is when I did fight Flora, I had two particle rods on Tambot so she could heal better.
Ah, fair enough. You had Tambot as a healer.
Well, she eventually learns this really broken skill that heals and cures ailments, and it can be used even if she's silenced.
Get, wait.
There's a
Oh,
joke
hey
in here that
Magnus.
indirectly inspired me, actually. I'll tell you when we get there.
Hi Magnus and Portal 2 turret.
I'm not sure what the mermaid's from.
Might be an older SMT sprite, because it does look similar to,
The art style at SMT was a lot different.
it's just Doppelganger. We don't know who he is either. We just arrested him for impersonating Camel Slayer. Dickhead. Oh, wow, rude. There's a demon on the field.
There are many demons in the field.
Hmm?
I mean, this is hell, so comes with the territory.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Regardless, he needs to be eliminated. I don't want the threat. I've watched too many YouTube poops when I was a kid to know that that is a threat that cannot be allowed to stay.
By the way, at the end of Mario is Missing, that Bowser actually dies.
Bowser dies a lot.
That's true.
He gets better, but he dies a lot. Like, if you really think about it.
Yeah, that was a really weird period. The Mario educational games. The story behind them isn't actually that crazy. It was just that Nintendo made a deal with some other company to create educational games with Mario in them.
Yeah.
Not nearly as weird as half the stuff I learned with now in the 90s. Like, here's a really ridiculous one. Uh, you know the wall kicking in Mega Man X?
Yeah.
The idea for it came when Keiji Inafune kicked the wall in frustration. He's just like, you could make a game mechanic out of that.
Fair enough, I suppose.
There's an, I
Wait,
believe
hey,
that's a
Idionobo.
Idionobo Ben.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's up to.
Uh, they're a she now, apparently. Good for them.
Well, regardless, what's
I,
she up to then?
she's basically left most of the internet in terms of
It's
content
fair.
creation, from what I can, tell.
I don't blame anyone.
I honestly looked them up a while back.
All those doors are locked, but it's not really surprising.
So yeah,
Close it.
I legitimately did go and look them up a while back to see like, hey, what's going on with them? Because I know Quarter Guy and Waffles Minion are still active. I wonder what they're doing from the old sort of lineup. And yeah, no, they just sort of they hung up the coat, as it were.
Again, I don't blame them. But still, though, I would gladly watch a Where Are They Now on the Chaos Theater.
Honestly, same.
Especially if Josh could get back into contact with some of them.
Hmm. You know, the Riolu sprite would be weak to... Oh, Heaven's Sword. Don't know what that does. And a drill, which is... That's a gun.
It is, well, a silenced one, but I don't know. I had no joke about that.
Brook Rod gives a little bit more MP. Oof,
Eh,
that mind drop is... Heaven's Sword doesn't do much.
it's
This...
gonna be it's gonna be a really long time before you get another mixed attacking weapon. By really long time, I mean it's gonna be you get until you get the thing that finally.
Honestly, Heaven's Sword, probably a decent call on Magnum,
Yeah,
though.
might as well. It's gonna
Though
be until
but I
you.
can't put a shield on him with
Eh,
this.
do you really need one?
I mean, the stat boost shields. But, I don't know. And I know the Electromancer Katana is just cracked, so.
Yep. That's
I feel like that's a later thing.
yeah, it's the bag of marbles that Felix Falora lost when he turned into Psychotic Mikamata.
Oh,
Uh, but again, well, to be fair, Falora will show up in another side quest, but you don't. Well, you do fight him, but it's a forced loss battle,
hmm.
sort of.
Oh, Inobo Stone. That's a red one. That rock's red. To Magnum with you. I
Well,
didn't...
the unfortunate thing about the physical skills is that pretty much all of them boil down to, okay, why would I use this instead of double strike or triple Electromancer Katana? And the answer usually is
You
there
wouldn't.
is no reason.
Yeah, double strike or flame self plus insanity kind of just feel like those are the two moves that you do with physical.
Yeah, Flame Self and plus Insanity eventually tapers off because even with all the buffs, buffs Magnum will still do more damage with double strike due to the fact that Kill eventually just reached the attack cap. So
Fair enough. So it's just one of those things where flame self plus insanity is good until like your raw stats do more than what flame does for your buffing.
pretty much. But yeah, as you can see, you're just swimming in items now.
Yeah, a little bit. So there wasn't really much I could do from there outside of getting the spam virus, which don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I feel like that's a key. I feel like that's a mystery mouse tool that'll help me later.
The spam virus was just a weapon, if I recall correctly.
Let's look.
That, yeah, it's just a weapon.
Yeah. Eh.
Nothing too
It's not
crazy.
even a really particularly potent one either.
Well, to be fair, most things are not potent compared to the Electromancer Katana.
It's locked. Lots of demons. Camel Slayer beat him up and put him in here. He, for some reason, took the form of a clown after his imprisonment. Like, he got clowned on, so...
Oh, you missed the other one.
Oh, the one where it's like, oh yeah, the next asshole who stirs up trouble.
Oh, I was thinking of the other one where just like Invisible Man. We're actually not sure if he's still in there.
Oh, I don't know where that one is. It might have been on the first floor and I just didn't click it.
But I know one of them that
Oh hey, bullets!
indirectly inspired me was the
Merchant. He tried selling kittens. Cockatrice. Petrified several archdemons. They made some nice statues, but that's still naughty. When will these fools ever learn? Just double casting Tornado and Tambot, who might as well be a cast of Tornado.
yep.
Waiting to be turned into burgers. Nightmare. Gave Camel Slayer nightmares.
It took me so long to get that pun. I felt like such an idiot when I did. I just like, oh,
Barkeeper, brother of Innkeeper.
nightmare.
Locked up when he rebelled against Camel Slayer due to his brother's death. Old Succubee. She became old and senile. Locked her up.
Yeah, like eventually, like years later, I created an elderly succubus OC.
Fair enough.
It'll be in Grave Story, but that's not for a while. Truth be told, I haven't really worked on Form Fantasy in a while. I do know that I really need to get to work on the enemies. I did fix some of the weird hang-ups I had with the beginning, at least.
Fair enough.
Or at least what the beginning had turned into. Because it is weird now.
Mass Revolk Ultima. Very nice. Elysium Key.
Do you mean Asylum Key?
It is probably Hellsylum, yeah.
Because, like, Elysium is a completely different place.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of confused by the name for a hot minute.
Like,
Magnem
I forget
doesn't
what
learn very
Elysium
much.
was in mythology, but like I know it was a place before they went there in. Wait, was Elysium in Norse mythology?
Uh, it's Greek. Or Greco-Roman,
Oh,
rather. Elysium Midas is basically their equivalent to heaven.
okay, but yes.
I know that for a fact because that's literally the final level of. It was also the top level of the underworld in their mythology, and I know that because I played Hades.
I haven't. It's in my library by something, but like I'm sure I'll love it, but again, I just haven't gotten around to it.
More than fair. It's a pretty heckin' good game. I enjoy it quite a bit. I've not played it in a hot minute. I need to play it more because while I have beaten the eponymous Hades, uh,
Oh, by the way, there's no
there's
boss here.
there is story after you beat Hades. You gotta keep beating him, and eventually things keep going on. Whoa, what is that?
I won't sense it. It's giving power directly to Camusla, I'm sure of it. Quasar mentioned that he's drawing power from hell. Is this how he's doing it? Clearly, he used magic sigils to take control of Hell's visions and beat the devil himself. Clever bastard.
Well, the Ammon's powers reverse the process.
That's safe.
Yippee! Why Chewie specifically? Don't know. But here you go. This one's you, dude.
Ouch. Seems it did. Odd for it to turn to a rock then. It's a crystal. Ah, you say what? I say what I want. Alright, jeez.
So, Chewie now has command of this region of hell.
Yep, the sigil's now channeling the very power of hell itself to chew it.
That's freaking terrifying.
What the
What?
hell? What happened to the demonium signal? Or demonium, it's one of those things.
Seems like Camel Slayer's voice is echoing through hell.
Did it mysterious figure put up that signal? Beep! Ink ash. Death! Death! Go check on that signal!
Death?
Actually, no,
Uh-oh.
it's Yami Bakura, not Yami Eric. I'm done.
Death? We might want to get out of here.
Death will show up a lot later.
I cannot private message here. Right. I just need to run.
You could derail Thread Train, which is the other thing.
Oh yeah, right.
Go to the bottom of your ability of Pelich's abilities. It should be in there.
Oh, hell itself is basically a bunch of small areas, huh?
Yeah. Now, this part of the game is significantly shorter since there's no more towns other than, you know, the one you started off with, which didn't even have any new stores.
Ignis Bridge. Can't open it from this side. Understood.
No, you cannot.
So I assume gotta go through the caves. Imp spotted.
Yep. And there's obviously you recognize Phoenix Wright
And
and
Mr.
Mr.
Saturn.
Saturn. Dude on the right, I believe is I forget his name, but he's Johnny Young Bosch's character. I believe that's Johnny Young Bosch's character from Disgaea 3.
Fair enough. Oh, hey, I got the stone.
Rejoice.
Did I get 2 of the stones?
Yeah.
Nice.
I believe so, at least.
Because I got one from Steel. Yeah, I did. Teaches Fireball. Well, Vlerix and Prelic are my highest magic, so might as well teach it to both of them.
Yep. Admittedly, the only time you're really gonna need it is against Felix Valora, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you two have decent. Yeah, fuck it. Everybody learns Particle Beam.
If you want.
Oh, hey, it's Zero, and why does that Keyblade have legs?
And an awesome face.
Oh my god, it does. It was kind of hard to tell with how
Again,
small the
when you've
screen
played this
resolution is.
game 11 zillion times, you notice stuff like this. But even then, I will never understand how I never figured out how oh you could fight the innkeeper.
Yeah, that's fair. Ow! I got a stick. The stick is worse than what I already have. Unfortunate.
Hmm.
Wow, that fire trap didn't really do much to me.
Shouldn't the noise be different?
Hmm?
The noise when you get hit by the fire trap. I'll write that in my notes.
Fair enough. Oh, hey, a Z-Saber. This is also not great. Okay. MP restore, MP restore, there we go. Back to the caves.
Okay, here's one. Has there ever been a character that your opinion has changed on retroactively? And by that I mean it's not like, oh, you didn't like them at first, but then they got like really good character development, and now you like them. I mean like you didn't like them, and then years later you came back to them, and you're like, maybe they aren't so bad.
Hmm. I honestly struggle to think of an immediate example.
I have an example, but it's from something that I can tell you the name of it, but I can't really tell you what the plot is about for reasons. But anyways, the main character of, and I'm going to be floored if you've heard of this. It's from a one-shot manga, like a one-volume manga. There was an additional chapter released, but I don't believe it ever continued past that. Presumably, it got canceled or whatever. Now, when I read it as a kid, I couldn't stand the main character. I just despised him. I'm just like, oh wow, he's just such an ungrateful little bitch, and he should be a lot nicer to his girlfriend, especially since she's so willing to, you know what I mean. And now as an adult, I'm just like, Wow, given today's standards, everything she does is basically just borderline essay. So maybe it's actually kind of understandable that he's not exactly the most pleasant guy to be around, because I'd be pretty pissed too.
Yeah, fair enough. Uh, listen, listen, Dom. It's Forum Fantasy just be like that. I had to beat up Mewtwo and Arceus before, and they were earlier area enemies. But yeah, by the way, BL, by the way, mate,
Yes.
uh, Dominic Hunter is the person who I've been advertising my streams on their server. Or so. Yeah, he is the streamer that I moderate for. And yes, Dom, Tornado is broken. You could probably already tell that, but
The
it's
game's basically done once you get it.
let
It's
alone on
just
2 characters.
you're
Liquid,
yes. Oh, liquid metal. I see that's what you're referring to.
yeah, I'm just Dom's here, and I found a thing of a liquid metal, and I didn't even have to kill a dogman for it.
My IQ is not high enough for to understand this joke. Can someone who watches Rick and Morty please explain this to me?
Basically, he had really bad luck hunting down Anubises in base P5 to get the liquid mercury so that he could get the crafted all thieves tools achievement.
It's gonna sound blasphemous, but I'm actually not a completionist.
Fair enough.
I am a power gamer though, so like if it's just like, oh hey, you don't have to do tedious side quests, but you'll get a thing that permanently gives you +1 attack, I'd be like, fine.
Yeah, it literally took him 15 hours, yet I passively was able to get the liquid mercury and red phosphorus for the same thing. Just
Wait, in base or royal?
base.
Okay,
For the
it's
unbreakable lockpick.
I never got around to making it. Again, there are a lot of things in base P5 I never got around to. Or royal for that matter.
Fair enough.
What?
The only thing Dom has left to do in base P5 is complete the compendium and beat the twins. So,
I've actually never gotten a platinum in a game.
fair enough. Oh, I kind of forgot the Tambot also has Tornado.
Eh.
More tornadoes. All of you to the Shadow Realm, now!
I'm trying to think of a ridiculous Yu-Gi-Oh fact. Actually, you probably heard this one, but did you hear what Takahashi's inspiration for Yu-Gi-Oh's outfit underneath his jacket was?
No.
Edward Scissorhands.
That tracks. Like, that just makes sense. Now that you put it out there, that just makes sense. I'm sorry, folks. You're gonna have to get really used to this sound effect and like visuals of just tornado because it's literally just the best skill. Oh yeah, I should probably use that liquid metal.
Yeah.
Here we go, Tambot. Hell yeah, love. Good work. I could evolve an Eevee with this.
Or like I know what else uses a Firestone? Well, besides Vulpix, of course.
Uh, okay, so it is Growlithe, Vulpix, Eevee, uh, Panseer. God, I feel like there's a couple others that I'm blanking on.
Probably. I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
open the
kind of
bridge while I'm
fell
thinking
off
about
of
it.
Pokemon after Gen
Elemental Sword.
3.
Equipment.
But Kira, you said you made 25 books. Like, what kind of books?
It,
Okay, you just mean regular books. I really don't read much these days. The last thing I read, and this was like 3 months ago, a was manga in theory and practice by Araki. It was good, but there was one moment where he blatantly contradicted himself. He's talking about like how you should plan stories out, and then right after that, he talks about how he wrote himself into a corner with the end of part 4.
fair enough.
Did you hear the thing about the new JoJo's name?
Right, Capsakid. I forgot. I keep forgetting that Capsakid's a stone evolution. Now, do we go to the tower or to the castle?
Uh, the tower isn't open until later, but for now, you're gonna want to go to the other side of the bridge so you can open it.
I just did.
Okay. Well, in that case, just go to the castle.
Temple?
Yeah, Demon Temple.
Sealed shut. But vines. Which one of these ways has loot?
2 of them do.
Yes. Bread.
Something, bread of life. If I were more religious, I could probably recite that passage.
Sandwich.
That also works.
Madman ring.
It reduces your stats but gives you more experience points. There's really no point.
At this late in the game?
Yeah, well, okay. Call me sacrilegious, but in my opinion, EXP booster items are fundamentally impossible to balance.
As someone who plays Pokemon, I'm going to be honest. I feel like how they did it in Pokemon with the Lucky Egg is pretty alright. Though usually they keep it locked to mid-game and later, and quite frankly, Pokemon is not a franchise meant to be hard. It is a game that's just kind of, you're meant to go through it. The main story is just sort of to keep your attention on while you're playing basically a giant collectathon. So,
Okay, well, I guess what I mean is in something like Dark Souls 2, where you can get it very early, like
hmm.
just bet, like you just have to spend enough souls in one of the first shops in the game, and then she just gives it to you. It's just like, well, okay, for the rest of the game, I'm fundamentally just getting 10% more experience points. And then when you have it that late in the game, it's just, why is this even here?
That's why I feel like putting it in the mid game, like usually around Gym 4 or 5, like how Pokemon typically does it, or making it so that it's an item that you have to actively hunt for, like in Gen 6, at least in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, because you could get it, but you had to farm the Dex Nav levels on Pelipper to get it to spawn as a held item on wild Pelipers. So
Okay, well,
my brain
again,
says
I'm
that like making it a mid game option and usually and don't just hand it to them, like make it a thing that you have to kind of work for, is probably the best way you can balance EXP boosters. But I'm not a game designer, so
okay. Well, I'm not a professional one. I'm just someone who sees a lot of ridiculous and very basic mistakes other people make, and I'm just like everything in Bravely Default too. But I will get there another day. But anyway, the thing about Jodio's name is that in Spanish it translates to, depending on the accent, the not the like the speaker's accent, but like the accents on the word. It can either be fucked or fucking.
oh,
So I'm just like, okay, did Iraqi know that?
all things considered, probably.
I should
Okay,
probably fix that. Either that or add something that you get where it's just like, where like, I don't know, something Jesus related because you're walking on water.
here he is, where Neil banged out the tunes. If you've seen that meme before.
Do you mean the one with the guy on the beach?
No, I'm talking about the one with the shaved rat and the xylophone.
I know of it. I'm not too familiar with it though.
It was just a picture of a rat with either very
Yes,
fine
yes, I know what
hair
you're
or
talking about.
it's just
I
Neil
guess it's
banging
just
out the
not a meme I ever
tunes.
got into, for lack of a better term.
An oracle.
Oh, monkey fighter.
And okay, Dom had a message in regards to EXP things. If you want an EXP item in the early game, make the item a gamble or small boost. It's a mid game, it's fair game to make it a free EXP boost. If it's end game, it's more likely for post game. And if it's end game, then it's most likely for post game if your name is Disgaea. Because why the smucker fuck does a game where you need to beat the main game at level 70 at the latest have post game where you need to level up to 999?
It's not exactly true. Getting to level 9,999 is like the first step. Like the rest of the everything else is like the reincarnation stuff, which if you want to be extremely cosmic, is like the equivalent of EV training.
Oh yeah, Keyblade. All that doesn't do much for us.
Alright, one day I will talk about how bad this guy 6 is. Actually, I'll do it right now. If we want to get promoted back to mod, need to run back. Yes, my crystal ball is just still. This is what I'm seeing when I see a farmhouse. Fireplace is a automatic process. What even is this? Perhaps you should start there. Okay, thanks.
So, Area 1?
No, the farmhouse at the admin islands where the shops were. But you should probably finish this dungeon first.
Yeah, probably.
Now that was saying, this guy 6. Okay, that's all I can describe it like is like this. Okay, imagine if the next Fire Emblem got rid of the support system, and got rid of support combos, and got rid of the weapon triangle, and got rid of weapon durability. And imagine if the new feature it added was literally just making the game play itself.
Oh.
That is what Disgaea 6 is.
Oh.
It is so bad. Like it's honestly kind of impressive how bad it is, especially after how good 5 was.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Yes. I heard 6 is but not 7 is better, but they still have the crappy 3D graphics. I'm just like, why would you even turn the graphics into 3D? You're already reusing so many perfectly good assets.
Because some companies just are really hyper pushing 3D, and that's and shit, man. 3D sprite 3D sprite slash model pushing is literally what killed the Sega Saturn in the US because Sega of America wouldn't localize anything that used sprites over models.
Eh.
So the Sega Saturn was a modest success in its home market where sprites were still considered a valid thing, but Sega literally were just like, we need to beat the N64!
And
And,
they've been focused on beating the PlayStation.
I don't think they even looked at the PlayStation, considering the PlayStation had sprite games.
Probably not.
They were just
Oh,
like,
well.
they were so hyper focused on the N64, which literally couldn't run sprite games. Well, no, it could run sprite games, but like
Okay,
no one
okay.
developed anything
Besides
for them.
Paper Mario, were there any? Like, I'm sure there were, but
Pokemon
I just can't think.
Puzzle Challenge.
Wait a minute. Wait, I know another one. The N6, that weird N64 Dr. Mario.
Yes. Dr. Mario 64, yes.
What else is there? 2D N64 games. As you'd imagine, there were really a lot.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine it was a relatively small amount.
Even then, Paper Mario came out. It was either 2000 or 2001. Point is, it was very late into the lifespan. Like, obviously, great game, but you know.
Any later, and it probably would have just stopped development and would have became in development for the GameCube.
And I know of the N64 DD. Not a good idea.
Yeah. I know I own the original Disgaea on Steam. I just need to actually sit down and properly play it.
Well, it's very different than Fire Emblem, but
Well, I
actually,
know
no.
that much, but
Wait, that actually no. That's one thing I need to figure out. In SRPGs, is it more common to be able to create generic units or have only fixed ones?
I don't know.
Well, okay, I guess like all the SRPGs I know. But the question is, are we counting XCOM as one?
Hmm.
Are we?
I don't know. My experience of XCOM is exceedingly limited.
I know one of my friends was into it, but oh well. Since neither of us has played it, let's just ignore it for now. Okay, so obviously Fire Emblem, you can't create generic units.
You
Which is
kinda can,
understand.
but you actively have to kill off all of the plot given and named units to get them.
That sounds more like one of those really weird. That sounds like something someone would do as a challenge run.
They also have really bad stats and terrible growths, and are usually named something insulting. And it's like in Shadow Dragon, and like the DS era ones.
But basically, a failsafe that's there has to be a name for this. Basically, a fail-safe that also mocks you.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not necessarily against that. But I do find it music. Um, okay, in Final Fantasy Tactics, I believe you can, as well as Disgaea and Tactics Ogre, which Final Fantasy Tactics was a spiritual successor to.
I I actually have one of the Tactics Ogre games.
Which one?
Oh gosh.
Wait, is it the okay? What console was it on? Because there are a ton.
Wii U
Okay,
Virtual Console.
uh, jeez, in that case, I gotta go ahead and say, no, I was kind of surprised that this game ever got a real release. It's the GBA one, which is pretty good. The only thing I could really say about it is that it's a okay. There has to be a name for this. Actually, no. It's a sort of stealth prequel because, like, at the end of like the true ending, it's like revealed that like your main character becomes one of the villains in Let Us Cling Together.
Oh.
Other than that, though, like the entire plot is completely independent. Yeah, it's a good game, and probably the only time I've ever seen the ultimate tank class be a mage.
Yeah, honestly, magic dealers that are tanks are very rare in video games.
And when I say tank, I mean like it has the best physical and magic defense of any class.
Yeah, no, I figured that's what you meant.
Yeah, but it's kind of an okay. It's not impossible to get. It's just you get an extremely limited amount of them. I'll explain in a bit, anyways. You need to grab the Grail.
Because Camel Slayer has it.
I thought, oh, it was just a legend.
Well, you thought wrong.
Gate behind this table is holding it shut. From what I've heard in the legends, the unholy Grail is the dark opposite of the Holy Grail.
No shit, Sherlock?
Hey, finish, you prick!
Meh.
Anyway, according to legend, it can only exist in hell, where the Holy Grail can only exist in heaven.
And since when did this legend come about?
Yeah, but it's the past 6 months, but it's a legend nonetheless. Point being, if we take it out of hell, it'll be destroyed. That's the theory, of course. If you say the Holy Grail is magically holding that door shut and we need inside, you have little choice, right? Might as well try.
Alright then. Yoink.
Madame McGrath!
What was that?
Madame McGrath!
Well, I think we need to get going. Now, to the Hellgrate.
You're gonna warp out, remember?
I keep forgetting.
What was the other dumb thing I was talking about? Right, so the thing about the Lich is that Madame McGrath now. Everyone's just getting pissed.
Later,
Yeah, I have to
losers.
repeat his boss.
I've got.
Almost a million gold. Well, okay, well, 500,000.
You shall not pass. Alright, who's stalking us? You shall not pass. Oh, really? I am Pope Benedict Arnold. What the fuck? I am the Holy General Camel Slayer. You have stolen my greatest treasure. So you died, went to hell for treachery, and then became Pepper Hell. Wow. Pepper Hell or die? No. No what? No dying for us, no girl for you. Face the wrath of the General of Hell!
Not sure what the sprite's from.
Neither am I. However, I never asked what size the room was. I said I cast Fireball.
Anyways, the music's from Tales of Symphonia. Now that I was saying, so the way you get a Lich is interesting. You have to get a chaotic, a chaotic character with a high enough intelligence to die while holding a ring, and if you do it correctly, they'll revive and permanently become a Lich.
Huh.
And then there's the opposite with another ring where they revive and become an angel.
Huh.
But why would you do that when one of them could just join you normally through the story? Ooh, and what do you know? They aren't even that good. Witches are amazing though, but in addition to having insanely good defense, it also cast any non-virtue spell.
Fair enough. How... Wait, wait.
Kill the Pope!
Yes, damn it. Well, that happened, I suppose. What the hell was that?
Oh, sorry, that was the spirit of Holy Grail faded out of existence.
Wait,
You
you found
found
the
the
unholy
unholy
grail.
grail.
Indeed. You destroyed a dark relic, damn you! I hoped you have a look at that grail one day, but never knew where it was. Well, now you do. And there's nothing left of it. Oh well, I'll forge my own unholy grail in the pits of hell. Now back to your skulking.
Anyways, now you need to go all the way back there so you can and destroy the sigil. Also, by the way, for every sigil you destroy, you get the ability to refight their respective admin.
Oh, neat. I kind of figured I would go and do that farmhouse side quest while I was on my mind.
That's not where it is. It's in the 5th island, remember?
I thought you said it was in the islands.
The 5th continent, island, land formation, land mass.
Oopsie
I'm out of
doopsie.
synonyms.
Honestly, I could probably also steal the pwn hammer, but or van
Never a
hammer,
point.
but eh.
Shit dies fast enough as it is.
Also just gonna yeah. And nope, not you.
Okay, here's another one. Have you ever hated a character in a game so much you refuse to use them? I don't mean like play as them, but like you refuse to like even include them in your party.
Hmm. Love disc.
That makes sense.
Literally, I can't even think of any like proper character reasons. The only reason why I say love disc is just because, quite frankly, the only times when you can get it are in most games. It's a very late game Pokemon you can catch, and its stats are not even great for early game, and it can't evolve, and it doesn't even learn very many moves. Um, like its only passable stat is speed. Its only boosting move is for speed. Its only passable ability doubles its speed in rain. She should have been connected to Olomomola. I agree,
Yes,
Kiri. Like
yes,
my
absolutely.
dislike of Love Disc is entirely due to the sheer fact of the matter that it was just complete and utter wasted potential. They made it strictly so that you could have a means of farming heart scales, so that you can use the move relearner, which that's all it's for.
If you're gonna do that, you might as well just let people buy them, or
Yeah.
just
And here's the thing.
pay
Here's the
the
thing.
mover
In
learner.
in Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet, you can just be the move relearner yourself. No cost, nothing. You can just edit your Pokemon's moves on the fly.
Okay, so it's like in Devil Survivor and Digital Devil Saga how you just manually equip skills.
Exactly.
Okay.
Uh, But now it's like,
What games did that?
it's kind of like there's really no point in farming for heart scales, which are now just kind of sell items. The only other game where you can get it early, where its stats might actually be useful, is Pokemon X and Y, where you can catch it with the old rod as soon as you get the old rod. The issue is that in the very next town after you get the old rod, there is an NPC where you can trade the Love Disc for a full-grown Steelix.
So it's
In a
it's
town
like
where it's a rock gym. So, and steel
it's
beats rock, and so water beats rock, but also steel beats rock.
wait, so
So
it's like the equivalent of I don't think I actually told this, but it's not like crazy, but it is relevant. When I was a kid, I traded like a Finneon on the GTS for a Gengar, and I actually got it, and I'm just like, wow, that actually worked. Like even like
to be,
eight-year-old me knew that that was a bad trade. I guess someone was just feeling generous and like on the off chance that you're watching person who traded it, I thank you for your magnanimity.
yeah, it. I really do feel like Love Disc has just been kind of screwed at every corner, because the one game where it was available early, you literally just trade it in for a stronger Pokemon in the very next town. Where in the one game where its stats and move pool could have been useful because you caught it early enough. And every other game has them late or in the mid game where they're already outclassed and you probably have a water type. Oh yeah, by the way, later on in X and Y, in another area where you can catch Love Disc, there's an NPC that, after you beat the gym, just hands you a Lapras. So it's
Boss.
just constantly outclassed by just things that you can be gifted in the area. That town also gives you a Lucario that's holding its Mega Stone. So it's like, why? Why even bother with Love Disc in this game as a water type when you can just take the Lapras or use the Mega Blastoise or Greninja you've been handed? And why bother using it as your counter to the Rock Gym when you can just trade it in for a Steelix, which is gonna have the trade EXP boost? Yeah. Love Disc is a very cute Pokemon. I really like its design. I agree. And yeah, they're not good at and yeah, they don't have to be good at fighting. My brain is saying this as a like, and I don't mean to put you down on this one, love. I'm not trying to do that. I just, my brain likes stats and numbers,
Well,
and
yes,
it
that's
is the some Pokemon are allowed to just be cute. And a lot of Pokemon that are just cute have gimmicks that let them still be kinda useful. Love
even
Disc's gimmick,
Pachirisu
yeah, Pachirisu won a Worlds tournament.
in which generation?
Gen 6. Pachirisu
Ah,
is literally one of the faces of competitive play because of it.
that's ironic.
Pach-
We're looking for a mod CP
no,
key. Is
love,
that easy?
you're not being a bitch. You're
Supposedly it's here.
doing good.
We call it first, Grandma. Come with a voice from later. I don't care.
You're the damned girl that I knew would be coming for this key. Well, you aren't getting it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Listen, Buttercup, you're giving me that key, whether you like it or not.
Well, I don't like it. I'm performing experiments.
What kind of experiments? And how long will it take?
It'll take long enough that it's too inconvenient for you. Come back in several weeks after I unlock the secret to controlling bots.
Control bots?
My lord requested it. It's vital research. You want a camel slay his minions? Yes, Professor Rossifop. He's master alchemist and scientist.
Hand over the key. It doesn't belong to the control of Campbell Slayer.
Then take it if you can.
I will. Let's fight.
Them's fighting words. Oh,
Music's from, I believe, Banjo-Tooie, but Yeah, it's when you
It's one of
fight
the banjos.
when you fight Lungo, I think his name was Gruntilda's minion.
It's certainly from one of the banjos. Sir, I don't think that amount of healing is going to save you. But yeah, no. Love Disc, very cute Pokemon. I just wish that Game Freak let it do something else now, because quite frankly, its one gimmick was removed.
Yep. Serve the 12th break. I was gonna get my powers back.
Teddy bear.
It doesn't do anything.
So, what do I do with this item?
You don't.
Oh, Cookie regains MP. Honestly, like, oh my god, yeah, no, I agree. A slice of life type game would be fun for Pokemon. Like, it's prime to have that as an option, but it's really just missing potential that they're not, you know, having something like that, because Pokemon Concierge and Detective Pikachu basically showed that there is legitimate money in that option. Oh hey, I actually successfully ran.
Yeah, I can just warp back, right?
Oh
I
yeah, I
keep on
can.
saying that.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that's an option. Yeah, no, basically a Pokemon Stardew would be great. Alright, so... Right, down. Which, can I just say, that little down point does not look like it should be an exit.
Hmm.
Okay, now... I take it now we deal with the tower?
Uh,
Ow!
yeah.
Did that hurt? No, it didn't.
You should be able to go. Actually, no. You can go inside the temple and finally undo the sigil.
Right, yeah. I kind of forgot that that was why we had to leave in the first place.
Oh yeah, ancient history at this point. But how was Adventure Try?
It was neat. I enjoyed it. It is a little bit controversial in the Digimon community, if only because of like some decisions they made, like giving the cast a whole new Digidestin to work with. It's it is a like I enjoy it, but I can see why some people in the fandom are not super thrilled about it, especially because of how it ended, and really a lot of the issues of Try are things that are issues that are retroactive, in the sense that all the movies that have come out since, namely Last Evolution Kizuna and Adventure Zero 2 the beginning, have not actually continued the plot line or answered the questions of that Try left cliffhangers for.
Mm.
And Kizuna honestly was a retread of what ended up being the climax of Try, in a sense. In the
Mm.
in the sheer fact of the matter that they're both dealing with someone whose partner got corrupted by, in part due to their own actions, and then are trying to, or like in Try, there was someone whose partner got corrupted and someone whose partner sacrificed themselves in a way that would kill them permanently.
Mm.
So, in comparison, yeah, no, Kizuna said, hey, let's just throw an entirely new antagonist out there that did both. Yeah, honestly, I would pay good money for a Mons game that for a Mons genre game that was also kind of slice of life, and it was just like a pet sim a little bit, but also like I would like to keep some of the Mons game elements to it, but I would like to see like a not as stressful game. Not every game in a Mons franchise needs to be you know, oh, life or death, we need to save the world.
Uh, okay, that begs the question. This is something I'm gonna have to give a big preamble on, but is Digimon in regards to Bamco franchises, is Digimon in a worse state than Tails? Like, it probably isn't, but I just want to know, is it that far off? So I guess I should explain how it happened.
Uh,
So,
could you explain like what's going on with Tails right now?
okay, so the decline, and I use that loosely because it's more like when internal trouble started to develop, not necessarily when the games got worse. Started in like pretty much it was either 2008 or 2009 when Graces came out, and so funny story. Funny thing about Graces, I forget the exact details of it, but it shipped with a game-breaking bug that required a recall, and the
Oh,
reason it wasn't just patched was because it was a Wii game.
ah,
That
which fun fact, Nintendo original like actually thought about allowing you to patch Wii games like through online, but they for some reason decided against doing that and saved that feature for the Wii U.
wasn't there like that one time that they had the Mario Kart Wii update channel.
Yes, but that was like the
Yes,
one thing.
without a sit of down. Oh, what the hell? I was like,
Seems like we can hear Camel Slayer's voice echoing through hell again.
we haven't even gotten rid of that first hell meteor. Now another one breaks for no reason.
We might want to get going.
Damn it, did that mysterious figure put that one up too? He take my signals when I went in class that required when that's my succubus.
Succubus.
Death, you're in charge for the next 20 minutes.
We're
Yeah.
leaving. We're
Okay,
leaving. Goodbye. We're leaving.
and now's a good time to go fight. Well, if you want, you could just knock out all the admin refights in a row.
Oh, we can refight the admins?
Yeah, I told you earlier,
Right.
remember?
I'm blanking. I'm stupid. So, do I just leave
Okay, you need to go back to the Chaos Runes and just talk to them.
and they'll just pick a fight?
Yes. So as I was saying, basically what happened after that is so that along with the underperformance of Vesperia, which I believe is more on it being really expensive to produce, the power of hell is being channeled to you. Fight him.
Sure, what the hell?
There's the cause Namco's internal tail studio to basically be dissolved into the company itself. So after that, we got Exilia. Okay, so actually, so after that, the Tales series became significantly less prolific.
Hmm.
Like there was basically at least one. It went from being like at least one a year to basically one every 2 or 3 years. So basically after that, we had Exilia, which Fun story about Exilia. It's probably one of the few games where it kind of just gets worse the more I replay it. And at this point, I only replay it just to see how much of a broken, exploitable mess it is. Two is two is like,
I did not mean to battle cry twice, but here we are.
yeah, it's not a big deal. Thankfully, the second one was better. And then there was Zestiria, which was just kind of a mess. Berseria was good though. And then after that, the franchise, for no reason, just kind of went dormant
Oh, hey, the moon.
until we got Tales of Arise, which, fun fact, wasn't originally intended to be a Tales game. And meanwhile, though, the big, really, really dumb thing going on was this. My God, they dropped. Okay, okay, yeah, okay, they're okay. As Josh said, there's the okay. There's I'm done. As Josh said, there's shooting yourself in the foot, and then there's shotgunning your own leg off. That is what happened with their mobile games. Like, just okay. First one, Tales of the Rays, legitimately great game. If you play the Japanese version, the global version got shut down in less than a year.
Ooh, hate to
Which
see it.
probably wouldn't have happened if they actually advertised it. I think you need to talk to Rince first, yes. So then there was Tales of Crestoria, which really just should have been a mainline game. Like, it had all the ingredients to be one. Same thing with the next one, Luminaria, which also got shut down. And that brings us to now, where the most recent game was that god-awful, quote-unquote, remaster of Symphonia. And at this point, we're basically just like, okay, time to see time to see how Namco's gonna disappoint us next. And the really annoying thing is that the Tales series is kind of infamous for, again, along with Digimon, not releasing games in America to the point where we finally got an English translation patch for Tales of Destiny Director's Cut, and it is godlike. And one for Tales of Innocence R, and we're finally going to be getting ones for Rebirth and Destiny 2. And despite the fact that Namco's been like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna remaster the old games, they never do.
Hmm.
So the question is that worse than what's going on with Digimon?
Digimon. Digimon's in a little bit of a weird state because, basically, uh, Digimon hasn't had okay, so Digimon's most recent releases have been a remake of a game or a re-release of a game that came out in like the mid 2010s, and Survive, which came out fairly recently as well, which is a visual novel, but we have not actually had a new entry, like a brand new entry in either of the two main RPG lines, be it World or Story. We have not had a truly new game of those since 2017-ish. And while Survive is great, it's a visual novel SRPG mashed together. Um, and it plays like nothing else in the franchise. And quite frankly, if you're not looking for a hyper dark story, because damn, that game is twisted at times.
Like Tamers Twisted or like
Beyond Tamers, actively see people die with like blood splatters on screen twisted,
okay.
which is really kind of fucked up for Digimon standards. So I could rebattle those two. I can't battle any of the others. Equipment?
You need to get their you need to do the sigils first.
Yeah. Chewie's lightsaber and
Yeah, again, I would just stick with the Trollium Spear until you get the
Paperboy.
Ultimate Spear.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, Digimon, basically the entire community is just like, hey, when... Oh, and also Survive has another little bit of an issue with it. The sheer fact of the matter is Survive is very short, and you and it makes you replay it 4 times, like at least once more to actually get the true ending. But in order to get the full experience, you need to play it 3 different times
That
or
sounds like
four
just
times.
a regular visual novel then.
Yeah, it's mostly a visual novel, but like a lot of people were like, "This isn't an RPG," when it was meant to be a visual novel in the first place and marketed as a visual novel in the first place.
Eh.
But people are basically, the Digimon community, at least games wise, is just impatient about their next uh, game, because the World Series is not nearly as like beloved in the current market as Story, because Story's a more standard JRPG. Uh, and yeah, that's kind of the issue right now. People want a normal JRPG. They don't want a visual novel, and they don't want a pet sim where oh yeah, no, the game's real fun once you have your Digimon all trained up, but until you get your Digimon trained up again, because their lifespan will just have them die and reset on you at the most inconvenient times. Uh, until you train them back up to that high level, there ain't much you can do.
There's nothing you get by going in here. There really should be.
Wait,
I
is
this is
this...
the town you blew up.
Oh my god.
And in my version, I made it so the music plays in reverse.
Oh, I forgot I did this. I caused this. Oh dear.
Your sin is beyond the grace of God.
Oh well.
Yep. This area isn't nearly as big as it looks.
Get that Ouija off of my screen.
There was that other ridiculous thing.
City of Demons.
You can't go into any of the houses.
That's unfortunate.
So I haven't put up in my version. Okay, you can't go into every house, but there's one specific one you can go into.
Virgil.
I've actually never played Devil May Cry. I really should.
I own the trilogy on my Switch and on Steam, but I've never actually played them. I also own, I think, 4 and 5 on stream. Oh hey, a Buster Sword.
Obviously, it's two-handed. Or was it?
Well, it's a Buster Sword. I I would have to assume. Where?
There it is, jeez.
Listen, you're already slow as molasses, my guy, and your luck is already kind of garbo.
So,
30 extra points of strength, honestly, might not be a terrible idea.
yes. Oh, huh, I never noticed that.
What?
No, just something about an Exilia too.
I found a novel. Notice, ground collapsed here. Please stay away.
Although there's a really long and to be brutally honest, not worth it side quest you can do here.
Oh.
So don't. Oh, the other dumb thing. Okay, which is more important to you in a game? Story or gameplay?
I would have to say gameplay, but I will admit, if I am for specific genres, if the story isn't at least entertaining, I will probably get bored, even if the like gameplay is good, or if the story makes decisions I personally am just like, no, terrible, bad. I'll put it down even if I like the story. Like,
Like what?
or the gameplay. Like, I really like how Bravely Default plays, but the sheer fact of the matter that the story necessitates replaying it multiple times in
One
the
day we
same
will complete that
playthrough,
game.
it feels bad. It feels bad to my brain.
And again, I know I'm going to sound like an insane for saying this, but I would gladly take that over basically everything for Bravely Default 2. Like the entire time I was playing that game, I was just going, I'm sorry?
The American would. Cat. Is this a zoo?
Not that it really matters. The actual best Bravely game is Final Fantasy V Void Divergence. And I'm not just saying that because I designed the alternate costumes for it. But really, I did.
Pranksters around here decided it'd be funny to open most of the exhibits. The only ones who didn't open were the Metroid and cat cages. Give me a second.
Sure.
I'll be right back, folks.
Yay. Because I have to entertain the chat now. See what everyone's up to. For me, the problem with Exilia is that basically, okay, well, in regards to the story, there's the fact that the game's basically like, oh, hey, this Olympios world is really neat, but we're gonna do absolutely nothing here before we just fast forward to the end, which really isn't surprising because a little bit after it came out, the director was like, oh, the producer was like, oh yeah, that game was rushed. You really think that Namco would have learned from all the previous times, but they never do. Anyways, though, but the really big issue for you is just the equipment and shop system. How you, it's just way too easy to just put like 10 levels into the weapon shop and just murder everything. Really dumb. But anyways, can't think of anything else I really needed to do. Actually, I can. Oh, Glove, I still remember Neopets. Uh, Jeez. Again, I guess I'll explain what goes on with a side quest for the chat. Basically, the way it works is that you have to collect all the zoo exhibits that escaped, Pokemon style. The thing though is that as you imagine, it's pretty tedious because you need to find them all over the city, which is kind of difficult to do with all the random encounters. And then there's the issue of not accidentally killing them, and it doesn't really even matter because none of the skills you get, none of the skills, the item you get for doing this just isn't very useful.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry for disappearing like that. Um,
Momentai.
yeah, no, uh, yeah, Mom had a little bit of a spill. She's okay now. She just fell down and was kind of smarting for a bit. She's up now, so she's okay.
This is just oh, yeah, no.
Pokeball time! Yippee! Time to play Pokemon.
Come on.
Pocket balls. The third to dust, specifically for recapturing. Don't need any cretins capturing everyone. 10 Pocket balls. So they're all down here somewhere, right? Or
Well, again, I'll be honest with you, it's not really worth catching them because the item that you get for doing this just is not worth it.
Yeah. Well, if I find any, I'll try.
If you want. I'll make sure you don't talk to the guy again because you can accidentally fail the quest.
Fair enough. Oh, I wish the encounter rate was lower.
Again, that's why I fixed it. The issue is this. It's based off of average steps, but that means it's completely random. So you could go anywhere from 5 to 30 steps without you can go anywhere from 5 to 30 steps until an encounter. Again, this is why if a game is to have random encounters, it should do what Nocturne did and just have a meter that tells you when the next encounter is going to happen. Yeah, that was technically not random then, but well,
At the very least, you know what's going on.
yes.
Oh dear.
What the other dumb thing? You should be able to go. I wish you should. I wish you could go down there. I wish a lot of things. Wait, the game didn't crash, did it?
No, I poked the chat box on uh, OBS and it paused things for some reason because OBS is weird.
Here's a good question. Can you
Oh,
think of
what the
any
hell is
games?
that?
Not sure about that thing.
Whatever
Can you think
it
of any
needs to be off my
games? And this
screen.
applies to chat as well. Can you think of any games besides Exilia 2 and Xenoblade 2 that incentivize you to use an element besides the one or ones that the enemy was weak to? Like I assume Pokemon on has to have come up with some way besides, stab
They
and
do.
weather.
Uh, uh,
But jeez.
hey, one down.
Rejoice.
Oh, there's a box over there, but I can't get to that part of the city, I don't think. Oh, hey, magic dirt. Wasn't expecting that in the drop table. God, stupid. I will admit, just mashing tornado does get a little tedious.
Unlike everything else in this game.
Hmm?
Unlike everything else in this game. I don't know.
Nope, that's just a log in hell.
Oh, what were you looking at?
There was just a log on the ground. I was
Okay.
thinking, is that the
What
wood
do you think it
eck?
was?
Is that the sprite they decided to use for the wood eck? Which I know is a bird, but still. No, no, just it's just a log in hell. Which I didn't think it to be too known for its trees, but Warning Rovoca Mega. I saw something go up that way, or maybe it was just particle effect.
Brack.
Huh?
Dropped a combo.
Ah.
Do you think more status ailments should be added to Pokemon?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I'd say we're in a good place
The only
in
thing
that
I can
regard.
say is that I do kind of wish that Freeze was updated to be. I do kind of wish that they kept what they did with Freeze in Legends Arceus into the main story,
How'd it
like into
work
the main
there?
franchise. Freeze was replaced, sort of like how, okay, so Scarlet and Violet replaced Hail with Snow, which made it so that it didn't do damage, but it instead buffed Ice type's defense stats.
Okay.
But Freeze, as a status effect in Legends Arceus, was replaced with Frostbite. Frostbite was identical to Burn, but while how Burn halves a Pokemon's physical attack, Frostbite halved special attack.
Right.
Oh hey, that's a
That's...
Pidgey!
Yeah, exactly.
That's an original Gen 1 sprite of Pidgey. No!
Pidgey retreated. Uh,
Wild Pidgey fainted.
yep. I was gonna say Pidgey retreated into the city. You know, like when you faint as elf. Well, well,
Retreated
presumably that
deeper
happened
in
in the
the
city.
cave.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Bigfoot. I keep doing
Alas,
that.
poor Bigfoot. I knew him well.
Where the heck do I even go?
But you can shop here. Oh, to buy
Yeah,
more
he
Pokeballs.
sells more balls. He said this. So, do they respawn, or...
I don't know. I never finished this quest.
Right, you aren't really a completionist. Well,
If
if
I
they
got an
don't... if they
insanely good
don't
item for doing
respawn...
this, then heck yeah, I would, but I don't.
If I might request, if there isn't code for them to respawn, like, by, like, going to the... like, if there isn't code for them to respawn, I would ask in your remake that there is.
This quest isn't completely gone.
Oh, you just removed it?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like balancing this shit. The well, okay, the Metroid is still there, but that's it. Because it's part of another quest.
Fair enough. No. Well, so much for him. Why was
Sorry,
he
what?
there? Oh, that was the fucking thing I needed to catch. I'm fucking stupid. Oh well. Where do I even
Again, you
go in
don't really
here?
get anything good for doing it.
Where do I go?
So,
I'm legitimately lost at this stage.
okay, did you get the lever on the left side and the right side?
Uh, there was a right side?
Yeah, okay, so go to the right side and get the lever on that side, and then you
Go
can
straight, okay.
go up to grab the, what's it called? You can go up to grab the,
Next sigil.
yes. What was the other thing? Do you think there should be another weather effect?
I don't know.
Like, I know one fan game added one for poison.
We've been hitting the whiskey lately. There we go.
Yay.
See, talking sea slug obtained.
Okay, here's a really...
Skull servant?
No, that's that spooky scary skeleton. Oh, really, it is.
Oh, so he is. He attacked and was then captured.
Rejoice. Eh.
You resemble Camo Slayer. They're,
The
we're
hell
back to
are you?
dialogue. I am Magnet Master 675. I am Camo Slayer's noobish incarnation. Why would Camoslay have a noobish incarnation? Because Camoslay brought his noobish tendencies into one being and I was made. We are one, but we are different. It's a difficult concept to grasp. But you're one of his generals. Get out of our way and let us take that shiny let us set that shiny sigil behind you and do our own stuff. Oh, I think not. You won't be leaving this chamber alive. By the power of noob lords, I will knock you all down. Oh.
I will admit, what is done here is actually kind of amazing.
Oh, I hate this. And he's gone.
Yep.
And again, I'm like nearly level 90.
Yeah, the EXP hump at the end is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Actually,
just
no,
in
an
this play
EXP
session
hump is like a...
alone, we've gained like 25 levels.
Yes. At least.
Oh,
What the... I was like, what the hell? Right on time. Oh, fuck. I do single out. Mysterious figure, get your ass in here. What do you mean he's with my succubus? I told that bitch not to touch my succubus. What do you mean mysterious figures of Master Citadel Creator? They keep failing. So
yep.
that's something which I cannot repeat here. I'll be able to hide from him for long. What the hell do you mean he's always watching? Damn it, death, keep your evil bony hands on my succubus. She's with both of them at the same time. I don't think it's funny.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah, this part is just...
yeah, this is some real 2010, early 2010s humor, ain't it?
Yes.
Oh boy, oh
That's...
boy.
Oh, Audrey has an unblockable instant death. Just warning you now.
Oh. Well, they're captured. But they killed Magnum. But they're captured.
I don't do it for that.
Well, I'm gonna go put the ones that I found in the zoo, and then I'm gonna leave.
If you want.
It's only for my own brain. Oh my god. I don't know why that
Hello.
played twice. Yeah, no, I don't think those guys respawn, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
They should.
Yeah, something.
I hate unwinnable side quests like that. Eh, hello?
Oh, that's just I forget what they were called, but it's one of why did I forget your name? Ramelia from Toho.
I see. Well, I'm gonna go back to the station. Heal up. And we've been going for about 2 hours now, so
Yeah, we already beat 3 continents. Sure, let's call them that in hell. So
yeah, two more than the I assume the the finals area of hell, which then from there after that it's Camel Slayer then the final boss.
yep,
So yeah, thank you folks for joining us on this once again, and I suppose we'll see you all next time. Later.
yep.